Hi, welcome to Nurse in the Garden channel. My name is Avalon, and as you can tell from the title, today we are sowing seeds for 2023. So this is like the kickoff video. Like, it actually has me a bit anxious thinking that, oh my gosh, the summer garden is in progress. Well, spring/summer garden is in progress. So right now here in New York, we are about 10 weeks out from our last frost date. And according to the Farmer's Almanac, they said April 5th is the last frost date. I don't always go by that, but I use that date as just a general date to kind of play around with. I give it another week or 2 weeks before I actually go starting to put anything outside because New York's weather is so weird. But yes, I will be starting some seeds that need a longer time to be started before they even go outside, because last year I think I did start my eggplant and my celery a bit late, and some herbs actually I'm going to be starting today. And what else is one other thing? Oh yes, some onions. I'm going to be also sowing some onions indoors, only because the winter sowing that I did with the onions, I did that back in December. I think most of them were killed in the frost. I did sow some more seeds and I did put some more soil on top, and then I put those back outside. I do see some sprouts coming up, but I just want some insurance, so I'm going to sow just a few seeds inside and see what happens. So today we're doing the onions, this Black Beauty eggplant, this long purple eggplant, and this Casper eggplant. Now, what is really weird about the Casper eggplant, this says to sow 6 to 8 weeks prior to last frost date, but they all have just about the same maturity date, so that's why I'm gonna sow all three today. So if you saw my last video, what I basically did was organize all my seeds by start date, and I took my Ziploc bag that had my 10 to 12 week before last frost date written on it, and I just took all those seeds out and I knew exactly what I was sowing. So I actually have all my trays set up, all my cups set up, and I'm going to show you guys that in a moment. I use this Jiffy Start Mix. Nothing special. It is mixed with peat moss, coconut coir, and vermiculite. Has that in it. It's always worked for me. This is like my second year using it. I have no complaints. I don't do anything special. I have, as I said, I have some 4-inch cups. I have some trays that I actually got from Dollar Tree. I have some single cell cups, and then I also have these biodegradable cups that I'm going to use for the celery. And I actually show you guys, which I'm super excited about, is this pump, this like water sprayer. So I'm super excited to have this. It actually helps to gently spray the top of your seed starting trays or cups without displacing your seeds. So I am really excited to use this. I use rainwater. I collect rainwater with just like a Tupperware container in the backyard, and I have it like underneath like the roof basically where a lot of water falls, and I collect rainwater, so that's what I use. I prepare my seed starting mixture with the rainwater, or you could do any water, it really doesn't matter. I just like using the rainwater. So I moisten the soil prior to putting it in my trays. It just helps to get all of the soil wet, and it's just been working for me. So just keep in mind, when you do wet your seed starting mixture, when you squeeze your soil, you just don't want any drips of water coming out of the soil. Then that basically means that you have put too much water into the seed starting mix. I would say add some more seed starting mix and really mix it around. And then when you squeeze the soil, again, no drips of water out of it, but it should hold the form of your handprint when you open your hands. It shouldn't fall apart. So let's get started with the 2023 seed starting. Okay, so first we'll do the Black Beauty eggplant into these two, and I think I'm going to put 2 seeds per cup. I don't know if you guys could see those seeds, but I'm gonna put 2 in each cup, and we'll see if we get good germination, which I think we should. The seeds aren't that old. And just like that, we have sown our first seeds for 2023. So next is the white eggplant. And I'm gonna do the same thing where I'm going to sow, actually I'll just sow one seed because these seeds are, actually I'll do two just to make sure, because you never know, right? So that's the white eggplant, and then the Japanese long, I'm gonna do 2 seeds as well. Mistakenly threw 4 seeds in there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Actually, yeah. Oh, keep putting seeds back in there. You know what? I'll just leave it. I can't get it out. And now when I'm done sowing those seeds, I could just put them right back into my Ziploc bag. I'm actually gonna have to tape the top, so I'll leave everything standing up in the Ziploc bag. I don't want anything to fall out, but that's what I'll be doing. So now for the onions, I'm just gonna go ahead and sow. You pretty much just sow heavily onto the top and you cover it with soil. I'm gonna cover these with soil as well. I just wanna make sure everything has seeds in it before I do that. And I'm just gonna sprinkle it on top, and that's what I'm gonna do in these 2 trays. Alrighty, so I'm gonna do the bunching onions, and I'm just gonna sow the top heavily. Again, these are Dollar Tree 4 for 1. And then I'm gonna sow all the other onion varieties that I have. This is Spanish, Texas, here. Red. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to sow are these cilantro, okay? These are very small seeds, so you have to be very careful. All right, so these seeds are very small, so you pretty much just press them into the surface, and because if I cover them up, they won't be able to break the surface. They're so tight. So the next thing we're gonna plant right now are my celery. I'm doing 3 cups, and the back of the seed packet actually suggests that you use biodegradable pots so it doesn't disrupt the root too much during the transplant process. They like for it to be actually sowed 1 to 2 weeks before last frost, but it's never promised in New York here. There could be a ton of snow on the ground and I won't be able to do anything. So I always like to start it early. I started it early last year and it actually worked pretty good. So we'll see how this goes. So these seeds are very tiny, extremely tiny. So I am gonna just put a few. Again, I'm gonna press them into the soil surface, and as they germinate and come up, I'll be able to sow them a little bit thinner. These seeds are so small, I could barely even. So I'm just gonna push them into the soil surface. The soil is already wet, as I said, so that's that. All right, so the only thing I didn't seed was the thyme, and I think I actually meant to save a row here for the thyme, and I forgot. So I actually only have this one 10 by 20 tray in my house. The rest of my supplies are in the garage, along with the actual clear dome that needs to go over this. I didn't plan too well. I just really wanted to start my seeds, and I forgot my dome, the clear dome that goes over this for humidification in the garage, as well as the other supplies. So once I am able to get the other supplies, I will plant the thyme out as well. All right, so we just planted our seeds for 2023, the first set. I am very excited to start, although very anxious because it does get a little overwhelming, but I'm trying to plan out as well as I can to not overwhelm myself. So I think I'll be showing you guys, and I hope I will have the time to show you guys once these all these seedlings start to sprout and I start really working on my tray back, my setup back there. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.